is your imagination made for? What is up, alienARMy? I am Oculus, the alien next door, purveyor of esoteric lore. And on this channel, we discuss everything out of this world. Today's topic, we're going to speak very briefly.
I always say that, but this time I really mean it for this video.
This is going to be real quick. It's going to be to the point, and I'm just going to start talking about it.
So let's go.
I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and I came to this very profound quote, and it does have a little bit to do with Neville Goddard when he says everyone is you pushed out. So for those of you that are into the law of assumption, you might see where I'm going with this. We are taking the word imagination, which is a non-tangible thing, and it's something typically associated with young children, the lands of make-believe, playing make-believe, making their toys talk to each other, and blah blah blah, things like that. You want your stuffed animal to come alive at night, or at least that's what I used to fucking think, because I'm a fucking weirdo. I used to think that they would come alive at night and they all had their different sentient personalities.
It's okay though. I mean, now I talk to non-corporeal entities and I know they have different personalities.
We always level up, don't we? When we want to think of the imagination, it's not tangible, but it is from the imagination that we create our own experiences, because we can visualize things, we can make conversations occur in our mind, we can role play and do all that type of stuff solely within the aspects of our mind. Do we see it play out physically? Well, yes. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If that's our focal point of attraction, we see it play out physically because of our attention to it. But that is precisely what the imagination was designed for. If everyone is you pushed out, and this is the part where I'm going to talk about the conversation a little bit that I had, which piqued my interest to talk about this. If we want to think of this quote, which I'm not sure if it's a Bible verse.
It might be, it might not be, I don't know.
Basically, we are going to explore the quote, man was made in the image of God. Whether you're religious, whether you're spiritual, it don't fucking matter. That is a quote that's out there, and I'm going to look at it from a way that is more metaphysical rather than religious. If we want to think of man was made in the image of God, that means God, universe, source, prime creator, all of that is making man, which is representative of the 3D avatar, the vessel. Man was made in the image of God. Your 3D surroundings were made in the image of God, that came from God's imagination, because the word image and imagination, I don't need to explain it.
Image, imagination.
So imagination is essentially what is creating the image. You, from your God state of imagination, you as God, man was created in the image of God. You want to look at yourself as God, as universe, then you want to see your 3D vessel, your 3D surroundings. The man was created in the image of God. So what you are seeing around you is essentially a bunch of images that came from your very own
Imagination.
as your God perspective, and now they are played out before you in the image of God in the 3D realm. When we want to discuss man was made in the image of God, everything was made once from someone's imagination,
From God's imagination.
to create and have a little fantasy going on in their mind, have a few conversations,
Drank some spanks up in the ethers, you know what I'm saying?
and then those images were projected onto the man, the 3D vessel, 3D surroundings. Man was made in the image of God. Your 3D is going to play out that which you imagined from your higher perspective, from your God self. It plays out in the 3D.
Man, 3D, physical, tangible.
Is the image of God, from God's imagination, your own imagination in the ethers, into 3D tangibility. So when Neville Goddard says everyone is you pushed out, yes, because you're imagining everyone and everything in your 3D realm environment. You're imagining them how you're imagining them, but then what's getting presented back to you is an image that you thought of that's now being projected by you and reflected back to you in your 3D realm. Whatever is going on in your imagination about XYZ motherfucker, ABC motherfucker, 1, 2, 3 situation, circumstance, whatever that is, you're imagining all of that. It don't matter if it's real, it's not real. If it's going on in your imagination, you are creating it from your God self. Now the man is created in the image of God, the 3D, whatever situation. So if you're thinking of person A like this, then that is the image that is going to get reflected back to you because your God self projected it outwards. That's what Neville is saying when he's saying everyone is pushed out, because your imagination concocts a storyline about a particular person, situation, place, whatever. The image, the man, is presented back to you, reflected to you, that which you have imagined from your God self. So as your God self, yes, everyone is you pushed out because you're imagining them how you are. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong or good or bad. Those are just opposite ends of the poles of neutrality for all those things. You are going to receive in front of you. Man was created in the image of God. Man was created in God's imagination to be brought forth in images, that which the imagination created. Whatever storyline is playing out in the imagination, everyone, every man, every 3D thing, person, situation is going to reflect that back. So another thing, if you want to think of in terms of imagination and then image, if we have images, let's say on a film strip, they comprise an entire movie, and that is called a scene. And then we have the scene, which is displayed in front of you, was already seen by your imagination, your God self, through the eye of the all. And then it plays out in front of you in your 3D, in the man in the 3D realm of material things. It is a scene. It is merely projected as a scene, like a movie reel.
Real.
Scene.
I could do this all day. Reel, just like a movie reel, which a reel, is that real or is it just a scene?
See what I did there?
So when we were talking about images, man, the outer, is merely an imprint. It is merely an image being reflected back that which the God itself created. You might want to check your imagination. You might want to check your fantasies, because we do know that dreams come true and fantasies can be played out many a time in the 3D realm. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful stroll today. I am Oculus, the alien next door. We will chit chat again soon.